Hey, what's going on, guys? This is 5 Large Fries, and today we're going to be showing you a combo deck for the Chinese, and this is going to be, so let's go ahead and make this real quick. So, where are we? Noir. So this is going to focus mainly around Chunga, as it's kind of pretty obvious at this point. And I'm going to show you what I like to run. Now, it is quite excessive in the amount of cards that you need for the combo in some respects, but it works, and it's been working for me quite a lot, especially in normal casual games. I definitely wouldn't take this deck into a ranked game. It's more of a have a laugh, have fun kind of deck. So the first thing you want to do is have some Chungas. We're going to have 2 of those in there today. And the reason why is because if you, say for example, early game, you need to get some damage out, you can play a Chunga maybe turn 1 or 2, depending on if you get the mana potion or not. So if you go in second, you can get the Chunga out, and then the next turn you can go ahead and transfusion it for an early 5/5 damage, which is really nice. And that also helps bait out some executes if you're playing against an Egyptian, and it baits out any kind of clear that they have. The other thing you want to be putting in is, so obviously we're going for 2 transfusions, obviously, so we can have the early game and the late game combo going out. We're going to put some Hu Yis in, and the reason why we're going to put 2 in is because obviously his passive is really good for clearing. If you've got Chunga out, obviously it's still very good anyway. So we're going to put that in there, and of course that helps bait out a lot of things like execute as well, because the 3/3 and with his crazy passive, it's one of those things you want to be keeping an eye of. The last thing we're going to go ahead in terms of this combo here is we're going to go a little bit further along in the neutral section, chucking some Stone of Gaias. Now the reason why we're chucking 2 of these in is because this is going to be your late game or maybe mid game combo. So what you would want to do is, this is how I would play it. So at 5 mana I would play a Chunga, and I would use Nuar's ability to keep her stealthed. So this stops her being targeted by any of the minions, and people are then forced to run up to her and reveal her in order to deal damage. Obviously she can still be targeted by items and things like that, but at this point you're kind of hoping that maybe they don't want to target it, especially at a 0/5. People aren't going to want to waste their executes on that just yet. They're going to want to see what you're going to do. So obviously you do that at 5 mana. At 6 mana, when it becomes your turn, you would then Stone of Gaia and Transfusion, because that's your 6. That would bring her up to a 10/10, which is absolutely insane. What's also cool as well is if you're really lucky and the enemy's not paying attention, you can Stone of Gaia her to a 0/10, and then the next turn Stone of Gaia her and Transfusion her to a 20/20 with range, which is just, that is just ridiculous. Imagine seeing that on the board. You just go F6, F6, F6 straight away, which is incredible. So that is basically the combo right there. Other cards that you would want to fill in with this deck is you would want some clear. So I'd probably go for maybe a couple of Fire Imps. That's obviously going to help you very early game as well. Stone of Gaia is Stone of Guardian. It's because I've got Stone of Gaia over here. It kind of threw me off a bit. You would want to put 2 of these in because, again, they bait out like the clears, like the clearing cards they have, like executes. If you're facing Egyptian, it baits out those kind of cards, which is really nice. And of course, if they don't deal with it, you're just going to have this guy on the board that can outrange ranged characters, which is just crazy. We're going to put Oogway in there. We're only going to put 1 in for now, until we realise what we want in terms of clear and things like that. I don't rate Emperor's Prize that much because obviously we're not going to be having that much on the board. We're mainly focusing on getting the Chunga combo going very early and even very late. But we will have some Imperial Archers. Now, these are great for clearing because at a 3 mana cost, you can play that and then maybe play some Crescent Blades. Now, we're going to put 2 of those in, so obviously we can then trigger the Imperial Archer's passive. So that's 1 damage. And then, of course, the Imperial Archer randomly deals damage, which is really nice. So it's effectively, you could, if you're really lucky, get 2 damage on a card that you needed to get 2 damage on. So that's really nice. Now, the last couple of cards, we got 3 cards here that we need. And we obviously want some minions in there. So we're going to go for a White Tiger. So with that Colossal, that will make it absolutely tanky later on. And of course, if they don't deal with this, considering it's a 1/2... if they don't deal with this and you can get that up to like a 5 or a 6, you can just go ahead and transfusion that as well. So that gives you more room to work with the combo, which is really nice. So definitely don't forget about the White Tiger and the... Even if you Stone of Gaia it, I mean, that would just be ridiculous, right? The last couple of cards is obviously we need some clear. We got some early game cards right here, and especially with Chunga, we can go dush dush and we're done. I like to make really weird noises as well, by the way. So the last couple of things, maybe we'd want maybe a projection, a Rushing Thunder. Rushing Thunder, obviously, for the clearing out a Norse Rush deck. So if they've got like a absolute shed ton of minions in, you just go ahead and Rushing Thunder and just absolutely clear those, because most of the time their rush decks consist of those, the archers and the warriors that they can spawn 2 of, so you just go ahead and just Rushing Thunder them and basically say goodbye to them, which is really nice. So that is pretty much the deck. I'm going to leave that there for a second so you can get an idea of what we're running with. If this video was helpful to you, if you enjoyed it or whatever, just slap a like on it, because that helps me out so much. Also subscribe if you are new, and I shall see you in the next video.